John's daughter and other loved ones claimed they learned of Amos' death through the media and said they believe his remains were cremated in order to avoid a further investigation into his death. John Amos' family members and close friends are speaking out about the circumstances behind his death at 84. On October 2, the late actor's collective family and close friends, including his daughter Shannon Amos and goddaughter Amy Gowdy, issued a statement on Facebook about his death and called out his son Kelly Christopher K.C. Amos for his alleged treatment of his father in his final days. They also claimed AC failed to notify the rest of the family about John's death, which they felt was suspicious. Shortly after the message made headlines, Belinda Foster, John's longtime publicist, who was also named in Gowdy's statement, refuted those claims in an exclusive statement shared with People. "I represented John Amos for over 30 years as his publicist of record," Foster said. "The media knows this along with John's agencies of record. Over the years, we grew close to one another to the point of a familial relationship. In the last few years, he often referred to me as his daughter. This was not a fraud by John, K.C., or myself. He was like a father to me. I deeply mourn his passing." Shannon's claims that John was abused are false, Foster continued. "K.C., Eugene, and I, along with numerous others, cared for him. On several occasions when Shannon claimed that he was abused, law enforcement authorities sat with John and confirmed his well-being." In the statement posted to Facebook on Wednesday by John's goddaughter Amy Gowdy on behalf of herself, Shannon, and others with a connection to the actor, they said they viewed the circumstances surrounding our father's passing with profound sadness and distress. "He was a loving man who brought light into the lives of many. However, our family only learned of his death today through media reports, only to discover he actually passed away 45 days ago," the statement alleged. They also claimed that they were not notified, and the tragic news of his death has left them in shock and heartache. Without a death certificate in their possession, they claimed they didn't know where or why he died, but were aware he was suffering from congestive heart failure and dementia. They said they fear he was likely cremated to avoid any potential investigation into the conditions surrounding his final days. According to a death certificate obtained by PWL on October 2, John died of congestive heart failure on August 21 at 5:18 p.m. at a hospital located in Inglewood, Calif. There were no other significant medical conditions that contributed to his death, and no autopsy was performed. The certificate also confirmed that the Good Times star's remains were cremated on August 30, just 9 days after he died. K.C. was listed as the informant who reported his death to Los Angeles County and appears to be in possession of his father's ashes. Also in Gowdy's statement, they alleged that K.C., Eugene Brummett, and Foster isolated the actor from his loved ones despite their repeated attempts to maintain contact. They further claimed that K.C. prevented access to him, controlled and monitored his calls, as well as severed ties with family including Shannon, his brother Leslie Franklin, his accountant, business manager, and more. K.C. portrayed an image of a close father-son relationship on social media, but the reality was far more complex. They continued, alleging that K.C. gave him verbal prompts to create a false narrative on social media. "We were deeply concerned that our father may have been neglected and isolated during his final days, as we received photos from concerned neighbors and a medical professional." In Foster's statement, she addressed the claims that K.C. failed to notify the family about his death, saying, "At the time of John's passing, K.C. was under a strict no-contact order from the Superior Court of New Jersey based on the complaint that his sister Shannon brought against him in 2023. As a condition of his pretrial release, K.C. is precluded from making any contact with Shannon directly or indirectly by phone, social media, or any method of communication," she explained. At the time of his death, John was concerned that Shannon might turn his death and interment into a circus as she had done with other aspects of his life. "It was John who requested the delay in announcing his death to Shannon and the rest of the world," Foster added.